All right. Well, this week I find myself running the streets in the beautiful Stonewood subdivision in Smyrna. Let's check it out. Okay, so a lot of people I know, myself included, are putting together their plans for next year. Of course, I always recommend trying to live in the moment as much as possible, but sometimes the moment calls for making plans, right? So a lot of my colleagues and myself kind of start around September, October, making plans for the next year, what they want to accomplish and where they want to take their lives, business, personal, all those things. And the one thing I'm going to do this year that I haven't done in the past is I'm going to plan for emotions. Oh man, I just finished the most amazing run. Stonewood subdivision here in Smyrna. Maybe I'm just glad to be back home. Well, home cooking is always good. But listen, I wanted to talk a little bit about planning for emotions. If you're like me and most of the people that I know and spend time around, they just get to this time of year and they use October and the rest of Q4 to solidify their plans for the following year. I think it's a great practice. Of course, as you know, I advocate living presently, being where you are, but part of that can be making plans. But I want to flip this on you this year. And if you're like me and you make plans, or if you think, you know what, I should probably make some plans, I'm going to give you something to work on and exercise. And I want you to, instead of starting with your plans and hoping they'll make you feel a particular way, I want you to plan for your emotions. Then plan how you're going to handle all of the emotions that come to you in the coming year, because despite what you may think, you don't get by this human existence without them. I tried that for a long time. The truth is, it's just a futile effort. You're gonna have every emotion there is. The question becomes, are you gonna try to plan for how you handle them? So if you make a plan to achieve X, then when you start to get that goal done and you start to feel happy and that goal and you're accomplishing it, starts to make you feel good, do you then let up on your goal? Do you then behave differently within your plan because now things are working the way you planned? Or do you have a plan that says, hey, if I make this goal and this goal starts to happen for me and that starts to feel good, I need to realize, hey, I'm feeling that good emotion because I'm matched up with what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm executing the plan I gave myself and the results are panning out. But that doesn't mean that I don't now have things to do as a result of things working out. Maybe you then need to move your goal a little bit. Maybe you then need to tighten up a different process. And this goes to your family, to your spiritual journey, to your business life. And so I have taken it upon myself to plan my emotions and plan for my emotions, then make my plans that I have in the world, and then I'm going to see how my plans are unfolding in the world and how that matches up with my emotions. For example, if I achieve a certain milestone in business, will I look back and say, hey, I achieved that milestone in business because I did 1, 2, 3? Or will I look back and say, you know what? I felt good, I felt confident, I felt prepared, and I felt like the business and the service I was providing was one that was in the best keeping with my emotional state, my place in the world, and what I'm trying to be and do and show up as in the world. And if the answer to that is yes, and my goal is getting matched, well, then what came first? Is it the fact that I dialed into the emotional feeling of what was most important on the inside and it showed up on the outside? Or was I able to change my inside because of the outside? The answer will depend on you for your life and what you choose. For me, I think the reason I want to do it this way is because if I'm happy, joyful, and passionate about what I'm doing, I can live with the results in the outside world because they're up to me and they're temporary and they don't have any lasting power. But if I make the outside look the way I want it to look, but I don't pay attention to the inside, I'm never, ever, ever going to make enough headway in the physical world to change my inside. And that's what really matters. So as you go throughout this next year and you start to plan, think about flipping it. Plan for your emotions and then see how it matches your outside planning.
Thank you for spending some time with us.